to item number 8, Resolution 2011-31, mileage and per diem.
Madam Chair, members, a couple of meetings ago we started discussing some inconsistencies in the way our mileage and per diem has been paid to employees for county travel in the past. And as per the auditor, we decided to develop a per diem mileage and out-of-county travel policy. If you guys have read through this, it basically mirrors what the DFA rule and the statutes read for travel. It is kind of a culmination of a lot of different issues that other counties have come up with, as well as problems that the auditors have seen while working on the county's audit. One issue that we did discuss was to what kind of a radius we would pay overnight per diem. I stuck 40 miles in here. If you can see, it's highlighted in yellow, but that is up to commission discretion, so that can be reduced, it can be increased, however the commission would like. So I need some direction on that. The out-of-state travel overnight rates and the partial per diem rates are set out in the policy. Actual expenditures and reimbursements are spelled out in the policy. Mileages as well. There's another highlighted issue in here. We currently pay 32 cents per mile, and I would really like to see you guys consider increasing that, because I think the state will allow 52 cents per mile, but we certainly don't have to go that high, but 32 cents is still not very much to pay for mileage for using your personal vehicle. So, but that is at commission discretion as well. So that is the policy, and those are the things I would like to discuss, the details with you guys, so that we could get some direction on that. There are also some forms are a little bit different, the travel forms. We did create a new actual reimbursement form that has to be signed by my office prior to the travel, and we came up with a new county travel reimbursement form. That's the really fancy, colorful one that is an Excel spreadsheet with some really complicated formulas in there, but if you just fill it out on the computer, it calculates everything for you with partial day per diem, and I think the employees will get a lot more comfortable. It's very user-friendly. And then there is an in-county mileage request that can be used, and that would be, for example, if you commissioners were traveling to meetings within the county or visiting sites, you would be able to put your mileage down on this in-county travel form. So it's certainly not for employees to get from home base to work, but for work-related schedules.
Okay, thank you. It looks very well written and very thorough. Has it been reviewed by council?
It has.
It has? Okay. So we're now at the table. Why don't we go and discuss the first issue that was brought to our attention in regards to the 40-mile radius. So we're at the table to discuss that, and then we can move forward after we go through each issue. And we'll begin with Commissioner Freiberger. What is your take on the 40-mile radius?
I think the 40 miles is reasonable. Other states it's a little bit lower than that, but for us to go anywhere, 40 miles nowadays is a drive back and forth, and I'm comfortable with the 40 miles.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Tapia?
Well, I don't know. I would like to see it be bumped up to 60, just because we have to look at our costs and our budget and the money that we're putting out. And granted, if you're going to travel more than 60 miles, you should be compensated, but 40, I don't know. But that's just my thought.
Okay, so my question then would be, could you give me an example of what 40 miles would be? Like, what is it to Albuquerque and back? That's way more than 40, so...
And this is based on a one-way. So Moriarty to Albuquerque, I think, is 45 miles. So Albuquerque would certainly be included. But there's also a section in this policy that requires explanation if you are traveling, because this was a question that came up with this year's audit, with the fiscal year 2011 audit. If say I went to Albuquerque for a training, a 2-day training, and I did take per diem, but another time he pulled one of my per diem requests and I drove to Albuquerque to pick something up and I didn't take per diem, they want that explained. That's an inconsistency in the auditor's world. So there is a section on the reimbursement form that we did for notes, and it basically reads, if you're traveling within the 40-mile radius and are requesting per diem, an explanation must be noted. Likewise, if you're traveling outside and not requesting per diem, an explanation must be noted. And the auditor said that would satisfy their requirements. So it can be accepted, that 40 miles or 60 miles or whatever it's set up by the commission. It just has to be explained. So.
Okay. Well, I certainly would like to take into consideration both commissioners' take on this issue and see if maybe we could compromise and maybe move it to 50 to where it's kind of in between where you both are comfortable. Would you both be satisfied with that?
That's fine.
Commissioner Freiberger? Okay. So why don't we make that change to 50? And that'll be meeting right there in the middle. So the next issue that's highlighted would then be the 32 cents per mile. I guess as per statute, or is it DFA, we can go up to 52 cents per mile. So again, we'll begin with Commissioner Freiberger, and you can kind of tell us where you stand on that, please.
Well, I think 32 cents is relatively low, considering the price of gas now. And if you're looking at a vehicle that a pickup or something that's getting 10 miles to the gallon, you're not going to even receive your actual expense back. I think that it could be upped. I'm not real sure what we could up it to, except maybe, what was the suggestion in the...
It was suggested that we could go to 52 cents per mile.
Madam Chair, I would not recommend going to 52.
You would not?
That's a huge jump. If you guys are looking for a recommendation, I would say somewhere around the 39, 40 cent range.
Well, 45 cents, I believe if you're looking at $45 for 100 miles, I believe that's adequate compensation.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Freiberger. We will now be at the table with Commissioner Tapia for her comments on this issue.
Well, I was going to say, since we're all meeting in the middle, let's do 42, but since Commissioner Freiberger said 45, I'll go with 45.
Okay. All right, well, I'm certainly comfortable with that, so it seems that we have consensus to go up to 45 cents per mile. Also highlighted is the Rand McNally map. I don't have an issue with using that as our tool for measuring that. Was there anything else, Troy, that you'd like us to discuss?
No, ma'am, unless you guys have questions about the other areas or body of this policy.
Okay, is there any, is this listed for approval as the resolution is written? So is there any public comment or any comment from any elected officials or staff or department heads on this issue? Okay, seeing no public comment, I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2011-31 mileage and per diem. I'd like to thank the manager's office for writing it so well. Is there a second?
Second to motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All have rolled in favor. There are none in opposition. It is now passed.